It's very important that we get the exact number. The AGM is a critical part of what we have to send the government to make sure we get renewal of our funding. So every detail is important tonight. All right, so you see the agenda of the activity report. We submit this document along with your audited report to PSOC. You'll see the agenda there. You can move on all the different things. We can always go there. About us, of course, we were founded in November 1962, shortly after independence of Jamaica in 1962. Our seal of incorporation was granted in 1970, recognized as the official organizational organization representing Jamaicans in Montreal at the federal, provincial, and municipal levels. It's one of the reasons why a lot of the time they come to us, because we recognize. Mission statement as follows: to assist in improving and enhancing the quality of life for the Jamaican community, which I said earlier, we're here to serve and make sure this is. So this is for fiscal year, October 2021, 2021, to this September 30th, 2022. They lay out the terms when we have to show what activities that we're doing. We need to show them that the money that we're getting, we're putting it toward. The board representative from October 1st to December 11th, 2021. We had myself as president, Sharon Nelson first vice president, Alex Townsend, or second vice president, Melrose Christopher, treasurer, Keisha Wilson, secretary, Ingrid Barrett, director, was appointed. At that time, Clyde Williams, director, was appointed, Brian Cutler, and Houghton Lynch as directors. The board representative from December 11, 2021 to September 30, 2022. Again, myself as president, Sharon Nelson, first vice president, Alex Townsend, second vice president, Melrose Christopher, treasurer, Ingrid Barrett, which is her sitting secretary tonight, Houghton Lynch, director, Roger Hilton, director, Clyde Williams, director, Conroy Barnes, director, and he was appointed. We created some committees. We have the Human Resource Committee, and I'd asked Omar Ramos, who used to be, I believe at one point, on our board. He's a HR profession, by profession. He charges us nothing for it. It's a free service to give. So he oversees the staff and makes sure that we are compliant and works with the HR committee. Building committee, myself, we have our members, Gloria Diggs, Claudette Scott, Daines, Doreen Jones, and Melrose Christopher. The newly formed elections and nomination committee, again, I wanted to create that space so that, come the election time, there's a lot of questions. You know what, I just wanted to make sure that it was clear, unbiased, not that it was in the past, but at least to present that we want somebody who's completely independent, unbiased. So I'd asked Molly at the last election when I saw how she was involved, and she accepted my offer to do that. And you guys will see the result of that. She's done a great job. The Jamaican Associate of Business Owners and Professional, again, we're having Molly chair that for this year. Membership Committee, chair Sharon Nelson. Members, we have Sophia Heath, Marlene Roper, Rosemary Lewis, Latoya Bent, and Keisha Wilson. Our Senior Committee, we have the person who oversees that, Shelley Morgan. Our Youth Committee, we have our chair, young lady Jade Parkinson Gale. Our Women's Auxiliary was chaired by Sharon Nelson, and we have 22 members, a vibrant group, as you see. And we have our Social Committee, who's chaired by our second vice president, Alex Townsend. On that committee, we have Conrad Barnes, Clyde Williams, Keisha Williams, Terrence Wright, Eric Smith, Rowan White, Lisa Morris, Rita Campbell. Are we missing anyone here? Oh, Keisha Wilson, I'm sorry. All right. Thank you very much, Ms. Keisha Wilson Barnes. Okay, go down. Our apologies for that. Okay, staff composition. So we have a very strong staff. So we have 4 full-time and 15 part-time. And I see this because a lot of people don't understand how active and how large we are as an organization. So it's good that you see what's going on. Diane Boyd is here tonight, our managing director. She's also the director of compliance and banquet. And she's also the executive assistant to the president's office. Does a great job. We have Elsa Mizero, she's a French teacher for the beginning and intermediate. We have Gary Matthews, computer teacher. Hazel Williams, food bank coordinator. Susan Hamilton, she stopped at 2021. She was a coordinator for Whole Future. And so again, this report reflects at that time. Lori Rose Bear, Canada Summer Job employee. Lisa Morris, bartender. Donna Angela Stewart, coordinator. She was a new one to replace Susan Hamilton, coordinator for the Old Future and Footstep program. Claudia Miranda, French teacher for beginning and intermediate. Sherry Costello, Zoom technical online class assistant. Kenneth Warren, food bank operator, coordinator. Winston Richards, chef who runs. Keisha Wilson, bar manager. Keith Payton, coordinator of programs and services. Aretha San Mugam, English as a second language teacher. Shiloh Lowers, food bank coordinator. Cheyenne Johnson, footstep program. Erica O'Brien, Canada Summer Job employee. Rita Campbell, bartender. Volunteers and supporters, we have Christopher Thompson, Anne Faustin, okay? Clifford Dolphy, Andrew McKay, David Bailey, Angela Campbell, and many others. So we want to thank all our volunteers. We're going to support us and assist our staff on board, carrying out the Mission Jamaica Association in particular during the COVID-19 pandemic. And I can personally tell you, it's been a big help for us. I remember when I just started, I had to leave work, come here, lift that stuff on my back, go back to work, it was help. But that's what we're called to do, to serve, and when we have to jump in, that's what we do. We have 27 partners, collaborators. We have Massa Montreal, Maison d'Haïti, College Frontier, Community Contact, CKG 90.3, Otis Grants and Friends Foundation, Cummings Jewish Center, the Caribbean Coalition Network of Montreal, a Frontline Restaurant, Center for Research Action on Race Relations, CRAW, you guys know, very in the forefront against racial injustice. The Canada Volunteer Income Tax Program, that's with the Revenue Canada Agency, and Income Tax Assistant Volunteer Program, which goes very well. The Corporation for the Development Communautaire de Côte des Neiges. We have Black Mental Health Montreal, Elizabeth House, Bagshaw, Herberjon, Maison Transitionnelle, CDC Côte des Neiges, La Maison Bleue, Welcome Collective, Women's Aware, Black Community Research Center, Direction Regional de Santé Publique, Centre Italien Université de Services Social, la Santé Centre Ouest de Montréal, the CISUS, Group 3737, Gap Vise, West Island Black Community Association. So you see, put that together, the community partnership are an incredible and integral part of what we do today. And the success that we have, a lot of that is due to the partners that we have, and also our government partners. We see Sunny here, Moraz, the city councilor. Big partnership from our city councilors, our government, Quebec federal, provincial government. So we want to thank all of them. All you should be proud that we have this type of partnership going forward. It bodes well for the future of our organization. Of course, our website and social media. We have a website. We have more than 12,800 visits since 2021, and that's considering that we're our former space on the Facebook. You know, we no longer have that. That was unfortunately retained by the former president, and so we had to start brand new to see where we're at right now. I think that's really amazing. Okay, we also have our Facebook group, we have our Instagram, And so we're very, very, very strong. Our website, very, very, very strong on our social media presence. That is also a very important part of how active we are. Next stage, and don't relegate its importance. When a lot of organizations reach out to us through our emails, the first place they go is to our website, and they see the engagement, the activity, who we are. 62 years strong. You have an organization that you should be proud of. And you should be telling other people about that they need to be a part of this organization going forward. Very, very, very critical. And we're doing our best with what we are afforded and those who have stepped up to the plate. I want to thank all of you, including my board members, for all their contribution. Notable, the social media site right now is overseen by our first Vice President, Michelle Nelson. We launched our restaurant Cool Runnings. It was a soft launch April 9th, 2022, and we had a grand opening May 2022. And one of the things I wanted to do, obviously, as I push towards the goal, which is to buy a building. We need a building site. That there wasn't enough revenue streams from organization. There was government funding, there was a bar, and membership dues. Membership dues, obviously, it helps, but not enough. So the idea, among other things, is to create different events. And we've had the restaurant here for many, many years, tried many things, and we decided a different initiative that we were going to own the space for this restaurant. We had a great conversation with the very well-renowned and one of the best cooks in Montreal, Richard. How many don't pick the Winston Richard? How many guys do that? Yeah? I just find out. No man pick from that 16-year-old. Yeah, and so Cool Runnings is taken off. What I like about having the restaurant here is that it brings many different feet of people who would not ordinarily come here. That is the vision, guys. So when they come here, most of the time they come here, they're buying a restaurant. Most of the time they come here, they're engaging in other things that they didn't know about. The idea is not just to create that additional instant revenue, but also to get people to know who we are, to participate, so that when we provide them a good service later on, that they'll be able to support us going forward. We have to create, because not everybody's going to come for the Friday night and Saturday night. Not everybody's going to come to the food bank. Some people need a different reason to be here, and Cool Runnings has been great for that. I was very mindful of that because there are other restaurants in the area, especially Frontline, one of more renowned, respected. I approached them before, I spoke to them, let them know what we were doing, and I wanted to make sure that we protected them, because this is an organization that provides services. That is their livelihood. And though they gave me the green light to kind of work with that, we put some rules of engagement in to make sure that their customers remain, and I want you to continue to support not just Frontline, but all the different restaurants in Montreal. Make sure you do that. I make sure I make it a point of duty to go to all the restaurants once a week to support them. All right, let's move on. Okay, so we have the program and services. So we have 6 programs. We have the Old Future, the Footsteps, Adult Education Program, Food Bank, Brilliant Minds, Tax Preparation. Services, we have the hall rental, which is going great well. Ms. Diane Boyd has done a fantastic job making sure that the banquets are done properly, contracted, just a fantastic job. She also oversees, the office is also over here, oversees the legal documents. We also do the community service program. We have a licensed bar, a licensed restaurant, and a place to gather for friends. The future program currently, there is the age range is from 15 to 36. The program offers support and assistance over 3 years. So we have a 3-year program now. We wanted to change it up a little bit. There were some members that they were doing it for a long time, but we wanted to make sure that the women that came in, they came in, we provided them a purpose, we made sure we gave them the resort, and we gave them direction, so that when, after 3 years, they are ready to reintegrate. And that's what I wanted. I wanted a 3-year program and not have the women in the program 5, 6, 7 years, 8 years with no direction. We don't want to just be, we don't want to be an organization that just gives. We want to prepare, to build. We want to do that. As of October 1st, 2021, there were 23 women. When we did the changes, we went down to 50, but that's been up. We had a graduation on August 2022. 8 women graduated from the program as they had completed their 3 years, and we're working on the second phase of this program. That will be an in-house Jamaica Association program. Since COVID-19, March 2020, we've adopted both online and in-person consultation. However, many women started coming to the office in person when we hired Donna Angela. So we kind of moved from online, and now they're back meeting in Bristol. Next slide. The Footstep program. The program is offered online on Saturdays from 1 to 3 over the period of September to June. Range ages from 5 to 9. October 1st, 2021, 20 children. Up to September 30, 2022, 10 children. Etobicoke in Montreal. So a number of children varied over time. We noted a decrease in participation from fall 2021 to 2022 for both in-person and online. The same was true for our partner who had fluctuation in there. So we saw an overall reduction for the amount of kids participating. Some children and parents are no longer interested in the online format. So we're looking to bring that back. The timeline for that 2021-2022. Online program continued in the fall of 2021 session. In January 2022, we partnered with the Joe Thick at 6767 Golden Edge and had hybrid sessions online in person from January to August 2022. In summer of 2022, we also held sessions in Romero Chaguet Park at the corner of Golden Edge Road and Jean Talon. We held an outing to Parks of Safari where there were 43 participants. In fall 2022 outline program continued. And since COVID-19 in March 2020, all activities went to online format. Cheyenne Johnson, Donna Angela Stewart, and educators are partners CDC and CDM work both in person and online to lead and facilitate the session. The Adult Basic Education Program. The courses in our ABA program target adult learners who want to improve their computer skills, French or basic or English as a second language skill. We also offer adult literacy program which focuses on helping adults to improve their reading and writing skills. Due to COVID-19 in March 2020, all ABA activities went to an online format. Students noted they preferred an online format instead of person. We found that retention rate is much higher in this format as well. Okay, we move on and we do some. The Brilliant Mind for high school students and adult learning. So yeah, that we moved. We used to have the courses in the back. That went down. The moment we went online to some of these adults, and we can understand why they go to work, they don't have time to come over to the Jamaica Association for classes. We moved online and we saw the numbers went drastic up. Brilliant Mind for high school students and adult learners. We continued online sessions. Volunteer tutors, we had from Frontier College and Homework Club on Tuesdays. And so the term, we had 20 students, fall 2021. In the winter, we had 22 children for adults, and spring 2022, and I don't say the numbers here. So total, 46 students. So revamped, with the vocational aspect, we offered a session with a Jamaican business owner about his business, which is great. We also had an agreement with PAC in the Leicester B School Board to promote classes. Next. The tax clinic, the Canada Volunteer Income Tax Program, and Income Tax Assistant Volunteer Program in Quebec. The project lead was Andy Tom, CPA, and the tax clinic participant, we had 15 participants and 11 funds. And this is good because a lot of people can't afford to pay for the income tax. We provide that service, and that's been a big help for them. Okay, and we will continue that service. The food bank, we continue to see steady increases in the number of origins of clients. The process which began in 2020 is maintained, whereby clients select, so this is a process we started, the items they would like for a weekly basis. So we didn't have that before. They would just come, ask for some stuff, and so to make it more efficient, faster, they had a form, they picked up, so once they gave it to our coordinators, it would be easier for them to get the food and it goes faster. We had changed from a $3 to a $5 for contributions. Again, we don't demand, we ask that they give it. If they don't have it, that doesn't stop them. We still get meals to take. Okay, so very, very important. But that money helps to cover the administrative costs, the gas, the van fixtures. No, the van is, sorry, we need a van. So the van, a lot of wear and tear. We always got to take it to get it fixed. So we got to do that, and that's great. Okay, so we saw a 23% increase in the use over 2021. That's good talk for something to take away. Okay, legal documents and assistance. The process guide was updated to assist all those seeking to apply or renew for Jamaican passport. That's a very important service that we provide. I know a lot of people call me and we direct them to our chief to do that. An updated guide of community service for quick access, we also created that. If you don't have this, is that sent out to the membership? It's on our website. Was it sent out to the membership? Yeah, can we send that out? So if you want the quick access to community service, it's very important to know. We have a streamline that so you know who to call for what. Before we'd have call the office or come by, you know, all the way here to get an answer you could have gotten before. So we kind of made that process easy. Continue online and phone assistant. So we still have that, even though we have this document, we still support our community members. And create links with more community groups to the Coding Edge ball. Next. Right. Okay, so for the community service. Okay, so there's 3 community service, and not 5. And then the alternative justice program. We didn't have any participant, but one of the things I wanted to do, we need to work on that, is having been able to reintegrate those who have been incarcerated, especially the young men and women. And we're going to work on that program so that when they they're let out, that they have an opportunity to be able to put them back on the right track. And so we need to work a little bit hard in that program. Okay, many of us will be subject to a lot of those things. There's just history there, there's context. So we want to be with the association to be a part of that. Next, let's try to get through this. Okay, so hall rental, as I said, is now in board, done a great job with this. I think it's been up. We have about 30 events officially, I believe, since October 1st, 2021. And these are rented hall events. The Alexander Banquet Hall has been rented on a continuous and consistent basis for private and public end. We are right now out 2 to 3 months in rental. So if you want to rent, you need to start planning 3 months ahead. And so people want to be a part. You need to be proud of your organization, not just, and it's a variety. And most of them are not even from the Jamaican community. We have the African that brings here every Sundays. We have so many different groups that call. So they're really, really happy with that. Go. Social Incentive Committee, as of October 2021, regulations allow for a limited gathering. Members of the Social and Entertainment Committee began their events. The bar was open within the guidelines, both on Friday and Saturday night, with much success. As you know, previously, the former administration didn't want the Saturday night, so we opened that back, and it's been great. COVID-19 protocols were put in place, such as having security guards, readily available masks, hand sanitizers, and contact tracing. And Roger Moore, Hilton, you know, one of our stalwarts, has done a great job protecting our members. I know sometimes people, you know, have problems, but he's very disciplined with that. And I want to thank Roger for standing up and making sure everyone that coming out of this just deadly virus, we're able to protect it. We didn't have any, anyone really that were infected too bad, or we might have lost their life. We maybe one or a few people. So thank you for that. As you see, we're grants. We had our Senior Rising project. We received $25,000 for that. We had building capacity grant, $30,000. So we renovated the office equipment and stuff like that. And we got some help also from our honorary council with that on the floors. Want to make special note of attention that he took care of the floors. I want to thank him for that. We have a cultural and advocacy and social events that goes on. Can you just speak? Over 100. Well, these are some of the images that we had. We had our Jamaica Day. We had our Smile Orange Day. We have the Linson Market. Again, Miss Diane Board, I'm sorry, does a great job with that. And when you see the thing for Linson Market, we're selling Jamaican products or fruit or food that you don't normally get. And I'd like to see the support on that a lot more. There's a lot of work going to that, to buy the products, to set up. And the idea again with all these events is to get people. We have people, when I see one of the things interesting, when I'm talking like, I see people at the Linson Market that I would never see anywhere else. They're coming to the organization. So we're just trying to make sure that we have continue. And so these are some other events. We have the Dutch Pot that we do once every quarter. Again, Diane Board does that. We have we have the Jamaica Day that we put on. And we have the Games Night, which is a big hit by the social committee, the team, Second Vice President Alex Townsend. And so we want to thank all our members and friends. Thank you for your continued support during this unprecedented pandemic. We could not have done it without you. Our membership year 2021, look at this, I see a 37% increase in paid membership. That is testament to the continued trust you have placed in it. Put your hands together for the entire membership, the team. What a fantastic job. I'm so proud of you guys. And for all those online, we thank you very much. So we'll try to just come down closely to end this so we can move to the next part of it. And so just some notice on the business. I hope I'm not going too fast, but it's 9:06. So we're going to have some closures. Administrative office will be, so our offices will be closed from December 22nd. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah. My current secretary, my former secretary. So can we have somebody move to accept? Is it once a secretary, was a secretary? Someone move to accept the activity report, which we have to submit to the government, and someone to second that, please. Thank you very much. All right. Okay, so our offices again will be closed. You'll see the notice from December 22nd to January 2nd. Okay, so permit the staff to have some well-deserved rest and time with their family. I know this one's going to break all your heart. The Cool Runnings will be closed. I look forward to my soup and pick on all that. I know my heart will be broken. I'll be sticking that out to get that. December 22nd to the 27th, and then January 3rd to the 4th. The food bank will be closed from December 24, 2022 to January 6th. Administrative office open as of January 3rd, 2023. The Cool Runnings will reopen December 28 to 31. And then you'll see the other dates there. Solid. Upcoming events, we have the job preparation, which will be a Facebook Live on December 14th. The Christmas brunch. So every year, I try to have a board and appreciation. So board members trying to be here will be December 18th. And the staff, unfortunately, it's exclusive for board and members. And for those who actively participate, just a small way to say thank you. Also, just before I guess a reminder quick, on Monday the 12th, we have a state visit from Honorary our Minister of Foreign Trade and Foreign Affairs, the Right Honorable Leslie Campbell. He will be here from 7 to 9 to answer questions you have about anything related to foreign affairs. I want to give a very quick 1 minute, politician, just to say hello to the, yes, to the membership. Sonny Rest, put your hands, who's big, anything we need. Sonny takes care of it. Very quickly, Sonny, I know politicians.
Thank you all. Hello? Okay, I don't really need the mic either. I'm pretty loud by myself. Nice to meet you all. For those who don't know me, I was elected last year to be the representative in Cotonej as your city councilor, so at the local level. But I worked for the federal member of parliament for 6 years, and I want you to see me as a one-stop shop to find your next steps when you feel lost in the system. I feel like there should be more funding allocated to the community, and it takes a strong institution, strong organization, strong leadership. Thank you, Mark, for your leadership. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you for the rest of the board and everything you do. It's important that you continue to question them as you always do, but also continue to tell your friends and family about the good works and programs that they've talked about here, because it's through those programs that we can, as politicians, put more money into the community. Whether it's for seniors or youth, I promise I'm almost done. You need to have these structured programs. That's what I learned working for the federal government, and that's why you feel less investment in the west part of Montreal. Is because at the provincial level, the forms are all in French. You need to translate this information and apply successfully. Whereas on the east side, their first language is French. They've applied and they have support systems in place to help you apply. We don't have that on the west side. They want to siphon the money off and put a little bit more east. And it takes people like myself with experience. Thank you for the eye opener. That's right. Some things you don't know. That's right. I look at the next generation. On parle français, on est intégré. You can use your own kids to translate the stuff, or you can use me. I have my cards here. I'll give you up myself. Like the board does, call me if you ever need anything, whether it's big, immigration, taxes. I'll let you speak. Or small things, if they don't pick up your trash, if they don't do your snow clearing, you pay the same taxes as everybody else on the island, you deserve the same services. That's what I signed up to do. I follow in the footsteps of Martin Rotran. He did this for 39 years. I hope to do it for the same amount of time next time.
I want everybody to hear though.
Go ahead.
Are you also going to translate the new mortgage law that they put down?
The new?
Mortgage laws about
Mortgage.
buying and selling homes and stuff. All that information has to be translated. Can you do that and pay that $12,000 or that $1,000 or whatever your amount is? I don't know.
I can do that translation for you, sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So we don't have to pay the money or...
When it comes to the provincial legislation, there should be lawyers in place to translate this information for you, and I can put you in touch with those organizations who will do it for a small fee. That's the best I can do right now, or you can use me as a translator.
Great job, Sonny, man. You did that quickly. Sonny, I have to say, as along with what's it, your Stephanie, we're single-handedly through the pandemic, where we were shut down. They're the ones who were instrumental to making sure we got fundings to help us through. And it's, put your hands together for Sonny. I mean, the better it is, I'm like, what are we going to do? I want to thank you, Sonny, for the support. Make sure you support Cuddy.
And I also have my two colleagues here, Emily Brown and Sandrine Hendrickson, both of whom have worked in the Jamaica Association in the early 80s, I think it was. In the 90s, they actually were the ones who were doing the outreach program with social research and program that was started here, and now Backshaw inherited it and carried it all over to what the things we're doing in the community. So when I asked them, they did say no, and they know the value of having the Jamaica Association. Our volunteers, thank you very much. What we're going to do, we're going to do the roll call, and then we call your name. The volunteer is going to come and take a ballot and we'll give it to you. You're going to go to your booth. There's a pen already around here, so they need to bring in a pen or an email if you can't sit there. You need to mark your ballot, bring it, and put it right in the spot. These two ladies are together. Clear? Right? And then you take a seat.
The paper is blocking the microphone.
When we're finished with this part, my partners and I are going to go in the back to do the counting. We're not doing the counting here. In the meantime, the reception is going to go on where you guys can be all together while we're waiting. Yes. Yes, they are going to. They are going to. So, we have 7 candidates, and 5 of whom were acclaimed. But I'm asking the acclamation, the ones who were acclaimed, to actually speak for maximum of people. You guys can, and here with to say a few words is the treasurer who was acclaimed, Ms. Keisha Wilson. Come on, Keisha. Yes. Come on, Keisha. 2 minutes. 2 minutes max.
Okay, I will probably keep it 30 seconds.
Okay, good.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
For those of you who don't know me, my name is Keisha. I've been a part of the association for a while. You've heard my name mentioned multiple times across the board. I was the secretary previously. I'm the bar manager currently, and now I'm the treasurer.
Amen.
I have been, thank you. Yes. I have done accounting for over 10 years. So I'm going to make sure that I follow in Melrose footsteps. I'm a stickler for number just like her. And I will continue to be transparent. And thank you. Thank you.
Short and sweet, right? Okay, then we have the all acclamations, Secretary Ingrid Barrett. I know she's a little bit shy, but we still want to hear her mouth. Come on, Ingrid. She's coming.
Good evening once again, everyone. As you all know, my name is Ingrid Barrett. You heard earlier. I have been on the board for the past 2 years. The last year, I was the secretary, which I am now acclaimed again, the secretary. So I will continue to send those emails, send out all the information, continue to work with the rest of the board, and that's it.
You did it, Ingrid, yes. Okay. Now we have the four directors. The first one is Houghton Lynch. He was acclaimed. We still want to hear him out. Walk a little faster. Walk a little faster.
Yeah, hello, good night. My name is Houghton Lynch. I'm on the board for 2 years, and it's fun being here, and I'll keep on doing the same job as usual.
Thank you. Thank you, Ethan. Then we have the other person, Roger Hilton, who was also acclaimed. All right, so I'll move right along.
Good evening to each and everyone. It's a pleasure to be here again. One more from the block. You see, my name is Roger Hilton, and you don't know me by that name. No, by Roger Moore. But I just say Adams. Because you know, so Adam follow rules and regulations. Right? I'm one of the directors on this board. They follow rules and regulations. And I'm glad to work with you guys again. One more year around, maybe 1 more year, 2 more years, I don't know. But it's a pleasure to work with you guys all. And hopefully we can do the work, continue to do it more, better.
All right. Thank you, Roger. Then we have Althea Robinson.
Good evening, everyone. So I'm the black duckling, so I'll be reading something. Okay, so protocol is as already established. So again, I'm Althea Robinson. I've been working for the hospitals, the MUHC, for over 20 years as in medical administration. Have a few businesses and also fluently bilingual in French and English. But I must say, I never ever would have imagined that 20 years ago, if you have ever presented the idea to me to become a director and a board member or any affiliation with the association, I would have said, who are you talking to? Reason being, I'm an introvert and an extrovert. And certain positions, I didn't believe it was suitable for my personality then. As I've ridiculed by my very own family and peers, Althea, you're not Jamaican and don't try to talk patois. But it wasn't until a couple of years ago, one of the board members, as she's like a sister to me, kept inviting me to return to the association and to at least register as a member. She was turned down several times with a subtle, "No, I don't fit in." However, earlier this year, my dear friend reiterated the subject, and along with encouraging pep talk from our president, while I was in a moment of transition, I humbly decided to offer my services. My voluntary integration was slow yet rapid, and said here. COVID-19 has changed our lives tremendously in many aspects. I've lost loved ones and friends, but personally, it was paradoxical. It shifted me into reflection, inner peace, and profound spirituality. So allow me to piggyback on my early years as a young mother. Remember earlier I said to you 20 years ago, I would have never done this? Actually, approximately 30 years ago, I began my journey right here with the launching of the O Future project during the tenure of our late president, Mr. Noel Alexander. Denise Peer, and I have to call her name, she was like a mother to me. She's the founder of the Black Women on the Rise and was also the coordinator of the O Future project as here as well. She kept encouraging me of my innate gifts and talents that I possessed, but I was merely introverted and too coy to realize it. Nevertheless, I trusted her judgment and began my services here in that said program. And I'm giving homage to her for seeing my true potentials. And now I'm standing here. I'm changing my no to a yes. Yes, there's more work to be done. Yes, to continue giving back to my heritage and the extended community. For those of you who is acquainted with the Mary Kay Cosmetics, Mary Kay Ashley, she says in her book, there are 3 types of people in this world. Some sit and wait for things to happen. A few wonder what's going to happen. And the other third actively make things happen. And I have chosen the latter. I chose this year to do the work with all my mind and heart, to utilize my skills, sharing my knowledge, experiences, and to be a beacon of light to everyone's lives to whom I may touch, to the infant, the teenager, adults, and as well as the seniors. This is my passion and my gifts that the Lord has sprinkled upon me. I'm looking forward to work alongside these great people who has been carrying the torch to build and provide resources and strengthen throughout the community. Mr. Alexander would have been very, very proud of us. Thanks to my children and everyone who has aspired in me to mold into the woman I am. Thank you, everyone, and God bless it.
Well said. You've used all the minutes. They're the ones that use, but it's okay. But well done. All right, and the last candidate who was acclaimed was Clyde Williams.
Hello everyone. I'm Clyde Williams. So I'm going to continue doing what I've been doing for the past 2 or 3 years, which is to serve you. So let's look forward to the future and see if we can make things better. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, our 2 candidates for first vice president will get 5 minutes each to speak, maximum 5 minutes. All right? You're going to vote after. Just listen to me, all right? Good. All right. Miss Sharon Nelson.
Hello. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sharon Nelson, and I have put my candidature in the election hat again for the position of first vice president for a second 2-year mandate. The reason I choose to submit my application is sincerely out of love. I will come back to that point later, but here's a little bit about me. In my professional life, over the past 20 years, I work as the Assistant Director for the Executive MBA program in the John Molson School of Business at Concordia University. For as many years
The program has been ranked top 5 in Canada, as well as ranked internationally in the 100 best EAB programs around the world. In that same time, I completed 2 bachelors at Concordia and my master's at McGill. I would like to note that I have been involved in community in different institutions and community organizations over many years that include Shad Academy, at Concordia in the Caribbean Students Union as a student leader, and on the board of the Black Theatre Workshop, among others. This brings me back to the point on love and the reasons for putting my candidacy forward. I believe that I'm the best candidate for the role, and these are the reasons, and more. Love for community, love for growth, love for getting the job done, love for creation, love for people, love for teamwork, love for the best interest of the organization. A few years ago, I said that, I'm running for this position, for I see the positive impacts of the Association for Jamaicans in the city, as well as for friends and supporters of the association on a whole. The fact of having, I think the mic cut out. Yeah? You don't need the mic. I don't need the mic. But the people online, the people online are saying, yeah, the fact of having a space where we can come together to socialize, celebrate, learn, and be within each other's company is an important element. I would like to be given the opportunity to continue to add to the positivity and growth of our association incrementally and in large steps, whatever it takes to continue to move us forward as the integral and important organization that we are in this city and province. The 57-year history of this association, which is as young as our island country, is a vital one, and it is my belief that we have a duty to continue to grow and to evolve with the same positive rhythm as Jamaica. That was said about 3 years ago. And those words still hold true today now that both our island country and the Jamaica Association of Montreal have celebrated their respective Diamond Jubilees, 60 years. The accomplishment of the past 3 years under the leadership and guidance of the President, Mark Henry, and the board of which I was a part has allowed us to grow the organization. I want to be given that opportunity once again. I believe that I am the best candidate to take on this position because I cannot sit on my laurels. I state to you today that my word is my bond, then that I have a commitment to continue to build this organization. Having been in the role, I'm aware of the opportunities and benefits available for our members, friends, and clients through the partnerships we have forged, such as the Caribbean Coalition Network of Montreal, funders like Group 3737, and community organizations, as well as many of those who we want to create. Now that the major overhaul of the association bylaws has been completed, the work to be done by the board is to obtain charitable status, with the aim of purchasing our building that is well needed and will be a benefit to the community. The first vice president role is one of the officers of the organization, as such, should have the ability to carve out new and interesting features of the association that stimulate the membership and further bring greater interest in the association. Since my term began in 2020, I've been allowed the opportunity to add my voice and skill sets to the organization in several ways. Among the assigned roles, I occupied the role of Director of Programming Services, Media and Social Relations, as well as building bridges with community partners in government, locally, municipally, federally, and within Jamaica. As part of this mandate, I took on new initiatives and completed them. This past mandate included one of the hardest times the entire world had to grapple with, and that was COVID. Our doors were closed, but we did not slow down. We made our applications for funding, and happy to note that we received much of what we asked for and some that we did not ask for, so that we can continue to work for our community. In fact, we began one of the organizations that we became one of the organizations that were celebrated for all that we were able to accomplish online with our food bank and in our community. That mandate happened in a pivotal time when our doors were closed. Imagine what can be done when we are open. My vision is to continue to support the president, board, and members in our collective decisions to build more programs for seniors, youth, and reinsertion program. This brings value and progress to our organization and community. I believe I have more to add to the association. I believe that I am the right candidate to carry out the task based on my skill sets, demonstrated ability at the association, and in my professional life, coupled with my desire, passion, and love to serve my community. 3 years ago, I said this: there's a lot to continue to be accomplished at the association. There's a busy schedule and timetable, not only for the social side, but for the programs. However, as the saying goes, if you want something done, give it to a busy person, and it will be done. I am committed to be that busy person again. For these reasons and others, I believe, if elected, I will and can continue to add value to the organization. As such, I humbly ask you to consider and vote for me as your first vice president. Those words hold true today. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Ms. Delton. And now we have Ms. Diane Boyd.
Thank you. Molly Young, Chair of our Nominations Committee. Our President, Mr. Mark Henry, members of the Board of the Jamaica Association of Montreal, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Good evening. I am Diane Boyd, candidate for First Vice President. Many of you might not know me as I work behind the scenes here at the Jamaica Association as the Managing Director, Director of Compliance, and Director of Banquet Services. I am also the Executive Assistant to our President. I am the culmination of where I've been and with whom I've worked for. I have 30 plus years of quality legal experience from working with the Minister of Attorney General's office, which is the Crown Law Office Criminal in Toronto, doing extraditions, wiretappings, and witness protection. Which also means which also means that I worked with the RCMP and defense lawyers. I also worked for the American architectural firm that designed the Shum Hospital here in Montreal, and as lead paralegal, reporting directly to their lawyers in Buffalo, New York, and also in New York, and also law offices here in Montreal. Not only did this culmination fine-tune my professional skills, but it also groomed me into the person I am today. That is who I am at core, and which means that I possess excellent strategic decision-making skills. I do have a keen eye for details. I have excellent analytical and leadership skills. I have empathy, creativity, emotional intelligence, just to name a few. I possess 2 university degrees, one in interior design and the other in architecture. I owned my own interior design business here in Montreal named Design Lignum Vitae, which is named after our national tree in Jamaica. I also own my cake design business named Black Butterfly Cake Design. If elected as first vice president, there are some things that I would like to undertake, mostly almost right away. And that is to assist in obtaining a new Jamaica Association of Montreal Foundation that would be registered with a new Quebec business number so that we can operate. Another is to assist in the mentorship of inmates while incarcerated and to bridge the gap once they are released and to take their place into society. Also obtaining grants for artists and also bringing the performing arts, just as Rex Nelaford did with the Little Theatre in Kingston, right here at the Jamaica Association of Montreal. I have only been at this organization since June of last year. And although I've worked with Mr. Noel Alexander while he was president by creating legal documents and correspondences on his behalf to the federal and Quebec governments. But since I've been on board, I have discovered that we were not operating under the correct bar license, and I immediately moved to do the research in conjunction with working with the Régie des Alcools in obtaining the correct licenses. Today, I am proud to say that we now have the correct bar license and have been operating without any risk of violations and provincial laws. I'm also the creator of the Bamba Lounge here and the Dutch Pot Brunch, and I'm a commissioner of oats for Quebec, a service that I offer to our community free of charge. If I can accomplish these things in a single year, imagine what I can do in 2 years, which is the duration of the office of the first vice president. Although I work behind the scenes here at the Jamaica Association of Montreal, let me just rephrase that. I would like to say thank you to those who already voted for me. You have indicated your faith and trust in me, which I will honor by working with the president, the board, and everyone in making this organization. I would like to say thank you to those who have already voted for me. You have indicated your faith and trust in me, which I will honor by working with the president, the board, and everyone in taking this organization to greater heights. To those who have not yet voted, know that change is good. Do not be afraid. When the forest wants to rebuild itself, it burns down to the ground, and almost overnight, life begins again. New horizon, new breath, just as the caterpillar transforms into something more greater and more magical. Do not be afraid. If I'm elected as your first vice president, I promise you that I will make you exceptionally proud. I will never let you down. I'll use my excellent work ethic, discipline, and professional skills in executing my mandate, but more than that, I will work for you, together, with you, for this organization, your home. Yes, this is your house. I will take this new responsibility, knowing that I stand on the sturdy shoulders of the dedicated members of the organization, not to mention those who have served, and not only as presidents, but as members of the community at large. I am passionate about serving and look forward to being of service to this organization and the community. United we stand.
Divided we fall.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan. Okay, audience, you have now heard the two candidates. You're about to cast your ballots. And the instructions again, I'm gonna read, do the roll call. And if you are present, you'll get a ballot. Mr. Don, Mr. Conroy Barnes. Miss Christina Bennett. Miss Christina Bennett, not here to take a ballot when I ask, okay? Miss Karina Birch McLean. No? Okay. Yes, give it to yes. Miss Natoya Bent? No. Mr. Orain Boyd? No. Mr. Elijah Briscoe? Right here. No, he's right there. Hold it on to the moment. Miss Geneva Briscoe? She's right there. She's right there. And you can just go in the booth. Fold it, try fold. Don't take the pencil with you, leave it for somebody else. Miss Briscoe, you take a booth. You have to go in the booth? Okay. Mr. Radley Brown? No. Mr. Ren Brown, not here. Mr. Derek Campbell? Derek Campbell, not here. Miss Monica Campbell? Mrs. Marinello Costini? Yes, go take them from here. Mr. George Dennis? No. Mr. Clifford Dolphy?
Present.
Just give him a ballot. Give him a ballot. Yeah. Mr. Ewan Duncan? Not here. Mr. Corrington Falconer? You guys have to listen, because if your name is called and you miss it, it's not my fault. So breakdown. Mr. Ezra Fleming? Okay. Mr. Oswald Fleming? Mr. Orette Fleming? Not here. Mr. Leroy Forrester actually. Mr. Leroy Forrester? You guys have to listen. Mr. Kirk Gale? This is your shining moment. You're waiting all evening. Mr. Guilford Gale? No. Mr. Roy Anthony Glanville? Glanville. Roy Anthony Glanville? Sorry. Mr. Otis Grant? Not here. Mr. Neville Gray? Not here. Mr. Hentley Green? Miss Vanetta Gregg? Miss Enid Hall? Ajay Harris? Mr. Ajay Harris? No. Miss Sophia Heath? You fold it in half again. Miss Sophia Heath? Mr. Mark Henry? Mr. Kevin Henry? Mr. Joanne Hewitt? Miss Shekana Hines McLean? Mr. Courtney Hines McLean, Ms. Karen Irons, Mr. Fitzroy Jarrett, Ms. Janice John, Mr. Stefano Leah, Miss Rosemary Lewis, Mr. Douglas Lloyd is not here, Mr. Houghton Lynch, I know who voted online, okay, I do. Mr. Madel Lynch. Mr. Moses Martin. Mr. Leon McPherson. Miss Martha Morgan. Miss Arnett Morgan. Miss Shamra Morris. Miss Sharita Morris. Mr. Malik Morris. Mr. Winston Murray is not here. Miss Elizabeth Newton. Mr. Colin Page, Mr. Courtney Palmer, Miss Jade Parkinson Gale, Mr. Rupert Richard Perry, Mr. George Porter is not here, Miss Karima, how do you say that? R-A-I-S-S, are you here? Right, okay. Mr. Anthony Reed, Mr. Winston Richard, Anthony Reed, Mr. Ballot. Mr. Richard, Mr. Roderick Rodney.
Present.
Right there. Miss Marlene Roper, Mr. Sylvester Rose, Miss Jenny Shaw, she's not here. Miss Irene Scarrett is not here. Mr. Dudley Spence, Mr. Dudley Spence.
Present.
Do I need to sign? Do I need to sign more? Do I need to sign more? Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay, that complete the list. Wait a minute, what's your name? Who? I'm sorry, I can't hear you very well.
Big deal.
Natalie Fleming. Horace Fleming. Sonia Fleming. Edna Fleming. Sharon, you have it here. Okay.
It's on, right? Yeah.
All right.
Good. All right.
All right.
Thank you. So what you guys doing? Ready?
So guys, all the ballots that I have, my signature is on the top of it. If my signature is not there, it's not valid.
Okay.
So, I'd like to get somebody take a paper and.
Both of us, all of us.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take them out while you guys are, contentious selection. Open them all out.
Okay, we call out in here.
No, let them all. Let them
Okay.
all out.
Thank you very much.
This is a big job, you know. Can't make a mistake. We cannot.
No, it's like-
we cannot make any mistake. You see.
But you have the advance vote.
I have the advance voting. It's all in here. The advance voting is in here. Everything is in the ballot box now. So we just have to go through that process.
I like this process.
I designed it.
Well, it's good.
It's better than before, remember?
I designed this one. I'm tired of seeing the stupidity. When I come here, people start to cuss and quarrel and carry on.
Yeah, that's
It's just
not
not
the most
user friendly.
It's the official way to go anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
I like it because
You like?
it can
Yes,
extend itself
like it.
outside the community and how we need to
Exactly.
vote
Oh, we can?
for the things we need to be looking for.
Okay, so I made a template and so I can sell it now, right?
Absolutely, because you know the fact is that we don't really vote in many different municipal elections.
Yes, and this is a kind of way of.
And this will teach us how the system and how it works.
Okay, all right.
So, you know, by having lectures or, you know, information about it, how the same process, people get to understand and the meaning of it.
So you think, so they're gonna hire me to do this?
I think that you have 3.5 years to prepare it. Well, because the next group of elections
Okay.
is in 3.5, 4 years.
Okay, and please, also if the ballot is spoiled, you have to put spoiled ballot as well, okay?
That's good. This is good. And also, it will help other organizations for them to learn how to run an election efficiently and properly.
Okay,
This
that's
is
why
the-
Mark gave me the job. I
is
stopped
the
him in his
official
truck
way.
last year when he went to the election. I said, you can't run an election like
Yeah.
this, sorry.
This is official. I mean,
All the board members were sitting there and they were running and they were sitting up just where you guys were. I said, are you guys for real? No,
Yeah.
stop, Mark, move yourself.
Yeah, I remember the old days.
Yeah.
At one point, they'll argue, you know? Argument.
Yes, I thought some of these guys were good.
But you notice, there was no arguments on the floor this year.
Nothing.
They followed the procedure and I have to thank them for doing that.
Yeah.
Because usually it's a pure lies and what?
There was only one for me, misbehavior.
Which one?
Misbehaved.
The lady who didn't want to go to the booth.
No, two that misbehaved.
Two of them
Because
misbehaved. The
to-
lady who set up there
To
wanted
me,
to vote.
that one, and when a speaker, a candidate was speaking, something was mentioned that the person did not like or felt
these envelopes.
something, but they reacted to
No,
that.
but that was really funny though.
No,
I mean, when she,
It-
no, it wasn't
you have to
funny.
give
It wasn't
respect
funny,
to the
but you have to
candidate.
give respect, yes.
you should give respect to
We
the
have to
candidate.
give respect to the
And
candidate.
Yes,
because she said, or the candidate says something you may not like or feel or whatever, you don't laugh, you laugh out loud, the audience get involved. So it creates a disturbance.
No, but it's the
But you know what, if you think about when Barack and McCain was running,
yes.
the kind of stuff that went on,
Yeah.
even Madhouse, what's his
Check
name?
that one.
What's that snake with the hair? Trump.
I can't stand him.
The stuff that went on in the audience and stuff.
That's
It
different.
happens, it happens.
No, that's different.
No, man, it happens, man, not
No.
because he's
This-
big
well,
politician.
You see, you have to understand the influence.
The principle too.
You have to
Yeah.
understand the influence, because if somebody is speaking and you may not like what I said, and you laugh at what I'm saying in an audience like that, other people may feel, well, yeah, I'm not gonna vote for this person.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
can-
yeah, it can
No,
influence,
you have
it
to
can
be real.
influence.
You have
Yes,
to
it can be
influence those
influenced, but
persons
can
to
you
do what.
imagine?
But
Just
sometimes
look
it
into
can
the
be
Jamaican
avoided.
mentality and you
No,
see
you
why.
can't, no, that's why this system is now.
Yes.
It's not about Jamaican mentality, it's the way to go, it's a proper procedure to
Yeah,
follow.
it's true.
And the
It's true.
procedure is a procedure, it's not
This
about
is
the
good.
culture.
This is
But you
good.
know what,
It
if
shouldn't
you've
have.
ever gone to school board elections, it's the same thing.
Come to back
Somebody,
So-
somebody,
So you're
Okay,
saying,
there's no more in it.
human
It's finished.
emotions,
There's no more.
human emotions spill out. Okay,
Yes,
there's no
so
more
you're saying to me because it's done somewhere else.
I'm sorry.
I'm saying that it happens. Not that, it should never be acceptable, but it
No,
happens.
never, yeah.
Well, we're not saying it did not happen.
Can't control it.
We're saying it happened. We're saying that.
So somebody vote, somebody write, you guys go write.
Oh, we're gonna count the votes.
You can write.
You count it, yeah, just put Sharon's name and Diane's name, and as you say, as you
I
call
want you
them.
to check the end. Okay.
Yes,
you-
I'm
you call
checking.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, you, all of yours are empty?
Yes.
No, I'm good.
There was one in one of these envelopes.
I
right?
put them all
Check
in,
it out.
everything is in, everything
Sure?
is in. Yeah, do that 3 and 4 times, I said, I'm on the scrutiny.
All right, so let me write Diane, Sharon,
Okay, one for
Sharon,
Sharon,
wait.
and you can
I
second,
put
you
it on
can
a
second
column,
it.
put a column here, and put a column
And
here.
this is Diane,
Diane.
and who else?
That's it, that's
Diane
all.
and,
So you're gonna put the numbers down.
okay, so one for Sharon.
One for Sharon.
Tell me your name again?
My name is Keith.
Keith. Yeah, Keith.
Keith?
I know Keith, I was just.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, okay, one for
Okay.
Sharon, yes.
Okay.
100%. Where do I put it from?
Just you hold on to that,
You
please.
hold
Okay.
it, yeah, put Sharon together.
Yes.
You put Sharon's together and you put
Together, and
Diane
Diane,
together.
Okay. Sharon,
That's another
Nelson.
one.
Sharon Nelson,
That's another one. Then we can go them after.
Sharon Nelson,
That's another one.
Thank you.
Diane Boyd,
That's one.
Yeah.
Yeah, put it.
Sharon Nelson.
Yeah.
Sharon Nelson.
Yeah.
Sharon Nelson. Sharon Nelson.
It's a big X.
Yeah, let me make sure
we see it.
Big X there.
Sharon Nelson. Sharon Nelson. Diane Boyd. Sharon Nelson. Sharon Nelson. Diane Boyd. Sharon Nelson. Sharon Nelson. Sharon Nelson. Diane Boyd. Diane Boyd. Sharon Nelson. Sharon Nelson. Sharon Nelson. Diane Boyd. This one is spin. Oh, let me spin them all these online.
Oh, I didn't vote.
No.
No, it's only one sheet, that's why.
paper.
And I
The
didn't
others-
But it's the right.
Oh, you have to vote.
Yeah, well, you can
So
do it.
go
Go
in the
vote
corner
in the corner.
and then just slip it in here.
Yeah.
Am I
Or
allowed
you
to do
can
that
go in
now?
the box.
Yeah, because my name is on the list, but I'm busy looking out
forgot.
everybody else and I.
Sharon Nelson.
Well, it's not, we'll have to record
No, we're
that,
not
that,
gonna
that's
watch
why.
you, so go.
So,
We're not watching
we
it.
have it on the record that you forgot, so you can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I
Diane
forgot because I was
Boyd.
looking out everybody else.
Oh boy, this person put both. This
It's
is
a
It's a
spoiled
spoiled
ballot.
ballot.
That's spoiled ballot.
That's not
It's
good.
spoiled.
That's spoiled
Yes.
ballot.
Spoiled. It's right.
For both, spoil for both. One
It's
spoil.
spoiled.
Yeah,
One
one
spoiled.
spoiled.
One
Put it on the
spoil,
category.
yes, and one spoil for her too. Cause they vote twice, right?
Vote for
So-
both persons.
Vote for both of them.
No, it's
Yes,
it's a
so
spoiled
just-
ballot. It's a
Yeah.
spoiled
You can
ballot.
just put
So
one
it's
spoiled
one-
ballot.
Yeah,
Spoiled
one
ballot.
You don't have to
spoil.
say-
Okay, one spoil.
Yeah.
Diane Boyd.
One for Diane.
Wait, hold on. Yeah.
You checking it? Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
of
okay.
course.
No. It's okay. I thought you were doing
Ah, love.
Yeah, this person said love, but it's for Sharon. There's
Yeah.
a check
Yeah,
mark
there's a
after
check mark.
Yeah.
her picture.
It's a, anyways, it's okay.
No, there's a check mark.
The check mark?
Yes.
And love. Sharon Nelson.
But wouldn't that be a spoiled ballot?
No,
It's
that's
supposed to,
good.
because you guys say it's supposed to be an X, no?
It wouldn't be spoiled.
If you say mark
They
with
make
an
it
X.
clear. No, but here's just a check.
I know, but here, but you said put it.
Did she
it's
put the
supposed
check?
to-
Did she put
She
the
put a
check?
check here, it's
mark.
supposed
Oh,
to be there.
stupid. It's okay.
It's supposed to be here, no?
Yeah, it's
If was-
okay.
if this was an
It's
official-
okay, keep.
Is that,
Well,
you
well,
told
I-
me, Keaton?
well, I think because sometimes when it comes to ballots, either an X,
Some people put circles.
I checked.
Yeah.
But
Like my
if
brother.
you're saying specifically it has to be like an X, that's different. He says, well, one candidate with an X.
Yeah.
But select mark with
An X.
selection mark on that.
And then there's an X there and there's.
But,
No, that X.
No, that's not an X.
there's
That's
no
a
next.
check mark.
She put an allow, but then she
That
could
could be
take
an
off.
extra wrong place.
So that
it's
we spoil it,
beside
no?
her. It's in the wrong place.
It's the wrong
but
beside her
beside
picture.
face.
Yeah. It's up to you guys.
Well,
Make the decision.
well,
I think in this case, it should pass.
Well, I think the indication is clear
Clear.
Yes.
that she's voting for the person is voting.
If she didn't, she would have put hey.
Yeah.
And there's a tick
And there's
that
a
says
tick.
yes.
There's a piece of, I have a
And you
piece
see if
of
it were just
red-
blank,
Right, there'd be more
Red
condition.
written on
be
it,
more
like red writing, no?
like you know, if the tick wasn't there, and maybe you just love, then you say okay.
You sure? Because
All right.
No, you can't leave.
I can't leave.
Sharon Nelson.
Sorry, this is Sharon Nelson. Correct.
Well.
He was in my hand.
Okay, so maybe
So
we'll
you
find
already
out
passed.
already said
And you checked it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a new one now.
Okay.
Sharon Nelson.
We'll do it again.
Yeah.
Diane Boyd. Sharon Nelson. Sharon Nelson. Sharon Nelson. Sharon Nelson.
At least we don't have any chance, eh?
Sharon Nelson. Sharon Nelson. Sharon Nelson.
No, Diane.
Excuse me, Diane Boyd. Sharon Nelson. Sharon Nelson. Sharon Nelson. Sharon Nelson. Sharon Nelson. Sharon Nelson. And that's the final
Okay.
one.
Okay, I'll count and then you
I'm
count.
shifting
We're
right
gonna,
about
we're gonna
now.
count them up.
Because there's supposed to be a paper, a long paper, with red, everything is written in red. It's not there, there's no envelope left out there?
No, none. But didn't I give you all the paper with the stuff?
You stamp that?
Hmm?
You had stamp this?
No, I didn't stamp it. It's
That's the one that's spoiled.
Oh,
That's
okay,
the one that's why I
yes,
put
yes,
it over
yes,
this
yes.
one.
I actually thought it said void.
It says
Oh,
spoiled
it
by
says
that.
bad twice.
I'm just gonna check, double check outside and come back,
Okay.
am I allowed to do that? Because it's written in red, everything is written in red.
But I gave
That's
you
the outline. Hello, can I have your attention?
Let's tell them.
Please close the bar and the restaurant. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Your attention, please.
Okay, the moment you've been waiting for, so come close by and listen to me and stop lying.
Don't throw no rock stone. You got your camera
All
ready?
right. I just want to say thank you to both candidates, Sharon and Diane. It's democracy is one of the big things that Mark always spoke about, and we have raised the bar. The theme for this election is Jamaica Association Election 2022, raising the bar. We
Has
just
been
raised the bar tonight, guys. Agree or
Put your
not?
hands together for Molly and her team. Molly did a fantastic job, guys. Very good job.
Can they hear? They're okay? Yeah.
Can people hear?
Yeah.
Okay, so without further delay, we have 64 votes for Sharon Nelson, 22 for Diane Boyd. So, Vice President is Sharon Nelson. On online, the online vote, I'm just going to break it down because I have access to the online and saw everything. I did a play-by-play. It was a hard week because I had to be going online every day to check who's voting and who's not voting and how many people voted. So my job was pretty hard. And now it's over. It's 29 people voted for Sharon online and 12 for Diane online. And 35 people voted for Sharon in person and 10 voted for Diane in person. Thank you, both candidates. Thank you, guys. Thank you for helping my job a little bit easier by cooperating with the process. And I'm hoping that the candidates will Mark is dutifully going to answer that acceptance, and my job is now officially over. And I'm turning the microphone over to Mark.
Okay.
Another round of applause for Molly and her team. She did a fantastic job. We rose the bar. We rose the bar. First, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight and support it. It's a great, great night. Yes. I want you to thank your students.
I just want to thank my scrutineers who were in the back counting the ballots. We took a little long because we were making sure, somebody told me that I need to count them 3 and 4 times. So they actually did count it 3 or 4 times to make sure A, it's a person, and B. And one last thing is there was one abstention. That person voted for 2 people, the 2 candidates, and that was the only abstention in the election process. Sharon, the vote is tallied and you are the VP. You are the winner. Sharon. So I just want to thank my colleagues, Keith Clark, who's sorry, can I just finish this? I just want to thank my colleagues, Keith Clark, who was the election specialist, and he actually gave us the Sided Reed and Pam, who dutifully counted it more than once and wrote it down in details. They're real detail-oriented people, so it was quite a pleasure working with you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. So at this time, we'll have the acceptance speech by the duly elected first Vice President Sharon Nelson.
It should be Diane. Concession.
Oh yes, concession. Yeah. My apologies. So we'll have our concession speech by the other candidate, Ms. Diane Boyd. Diane, can you come to the podium, please? Thank you. Put your hands together for Diane Boyd, please. My assistant elect.
Diane never loses.
Put your hands together one more time for Diane.
Thank you for all those who voted for me, and even the ones that didn't. Thank you very much. And congratulations to Sharon Nelson. Yes, and I wish you a Merry Christmas if I don't see you before, and a very prosperous 2023. Thank you so very much.
And as we said, the intent, Diane will continue to impact the organization tremendously, as she's been doing as my executive assistant, in charge of the banquet. She does a above level, fantastic job. And at this time, I introduce you the first Vice President elect with her acceptance speech, First Vice President Sharon Nelson.
Good evening, everyone. I want to thank you all. Thank you to those for the confidence that you've placed in me once more, and I promise you that I will live up to the mandate. Thank you so much. All best. And I want to thank Diane as well for the. Thank you. I will.
You gotta buy the house around.
I have to buy the house around. Is that how it goes? Well, there you go. Well, thank you, Diane. Would you like a picture today, Mark?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Yo, boss, put up close on. Oh, come on, boss. I'm here, big boss, and I'm here. Excellent. One more.
I want to invite.
Might be on your knee.
No,
So should I say?
that was in university.
Should I, count?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35.
4.
35
Four.
for Sharon.
35 for?
35 for Sharon Nelson.
Okay, you're gonna say it clearly.
Sorry,
Okay,
darling.
so we count them? Yeah.
Yes.
Go
Count it
towards
now.
you.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35.
You count 33 two times. Two times, yeah.
Yes.
So
That's
yeah.
35.
So we have to start
That's
over.
35. You have to start over, man.
So it's 35, okay.
Count it this way.
Yes.
They already have one here.
Yeah.
Okay,
One.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35.
Did my mother send me to go on bench?
You know what? It's all right.
You stop 35 here or?
Yeah, 35.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to give you an envelope. I'm going to give you an envelope. This envelope, and you can give me
35 for.
35 for Sharon Nelson.
Okay.
Yeah, this is paper size.
Thank you.
Well, it's the same size.
It's the same size.
Yeah,
then
we need something a little bigger because
So that stack is
it's
here.
thick.
They don't have anything bigger.
No, nothing big. You can open a folder.
No, unless you have a big clip.
Yeah, she's one of those black
Yeah.
clips.
So put the rubber band around it.
A rubber band maybe.
Molly ever represents?
Yeah, you need something.
Yeah, I said, well, of course, of course, there you go.
Or straight central office?
Would it fit? No.
It'll be, it'll be too
Turn
thick,
it,
yeah. One line.
maybe you can double it, like double, make it in
Well,
half,
we
no?
can do that and
Yes,
it'll
make
fit.
it in half.
Then we'll just put it like that.
Watch your paper cut, that's the word.
Okay. These are what, Sharon's?
Sharon's.
Votes. You gonna write a name
Yeah,
on
put
it?
her name on it.
Use a black marker, look. Don't linger too long, it'll go through.
Alright.
Okay, let me count that, I'm counting Diane Boyd's, ballots.
I think that this way is
1,
better.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 ballots for Diane Boyd. Count again, please.
Wait.
Oh, sorry. Can I share his keys?
I don't have them, I gave them back to her.
Pass your purse here.
Which one is her purse?
There was a black one on the
She's gonna
chair.
drop the kids home.
Okay,
The parents
nice.
are calling. We're trying to arrange to drop them home.
What, she's gonna drop them off first? She's-
Some of them, she's gonna wait until once it's called, she's gonna go.
Okay,
And they have to go to the east end too.
This?
That's your black bag, Sharon? Just stay there.
This?
Yeah.
There's another purse here too.
Let me give it to her and I should take the keys. Are we won't be too much longer, guys?
No.
Because Mark, there's another one here too.
Molly, is that your bag?
Where?
Look.
That's
Mr.
my
Keith,
bag.
I'm good, man.
Okay, go.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna count Diane's.
Okay, close the door.
Close the door.
No one's supposed to be hearing. Okay.
I will count Diane Boyd's ballot. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Not next time.
Yeah.
Do we just pick up? 10 ballots for Diane Boyd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 ballots.
Four.
For Diane Boyd.
Okay, I'm the only person who had access to election body for security reasons and everything else, and since I'm also the chair of this whole thing, I did ask the president not to have access to it only myself, so to be fair for everyone. So, the first vice president, Sharon Nelson, got 29 votes, and she won with 73.73% of the votes. And Diane Boyd got 12 votes. That was online voting on election.
So you're gonna write it down?
So
I write it here?
So
Yeah.
I,
So add 29 to.
At 29
to
at
Sharon.
29 to
29. So 14, 203, and 3, 6, 64. 9 and 5,
Okay,
14.
and
Do you have to specify online?
I am going to
Online.
specify.
She
And
will, online. And Diane?
Diane got 12 votes online.
So that's
So 12 plus 10.
10. 10 plus 12, that's 22, right?
Yeah.
On your calculator?
Maybe. Where's my phone? Where's my phone?
You don't have it.
Why? Oh,
No, it's okay.
the disturbances.
Yes.
The disturbances.
Next time we're going another office.
Disturbances. There's lots of disturbances. We're distracted.
No entry. Okay. But give me a minute. I'm not.
Mark, your light is on.
No what?
The light.
Oh, for the phone, yeah. Okay, thank you. Can I go and come back?
No, you don't.
No, don't come back.
Can I take it now?
Yes.
You go out?
Wait.
All of the folders remain here.
The folders remain here, and
The
all four of
ballots remain
us,
here.
ballots remain
So
here.
close
And
that one, not Sonia.
all four of us will go outside, so it looks like I'm not
Okay, so do you want so they understand what it is you're doing and why we're
The
doing?
official count is 29 votes for Sharon online and 35 in person, for a total of 64. And with Diane, 12 votes online and 10 votes in person with a total of 22 votes. So Sharon is the first vice president. Okay?
Thank you.
And may I ask, because this is archived.
Yes, it's archived.
So how do you feel, what do you feel about the process that was created then?
It was, I liked it for the simple reason that with all the hype and everything that was happening, because I stuck to my gun and followed the procedures that needs to be followed, and the audience did follow the procedures as well, which was quite different than a normal. So it's really, for me, it was a pleasure to actually get it done, but I was tense because I was already warned. I was already told, listen, Molly, you're under the gun. Make sure you count every ballot 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. So I was very careful with that piece. But because of how it was structured, the audience didn't have a choice but to follow. You notice that one person who didn't follow it, how the audience was telling her, you gotta go back there and go vote. That's what the process needs to look like. And so we set the precedents here, and I'm hoping that it will be something that will be followed.
Do you think this is part of a generational shift or a growth that Jamaica Association will be continuing?
Well, if they don't do it next year, proper smoke them pipe because they're going to be eating alive. It's simple.
What that was? We don't know that.
I gotta put closed captions. Okay.
One spoiled ballot.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Anybody see
Can you explain why this one was considered spoiled for the record?
The ballot is considered spoiled because there are check marks for both candidates.
And you show that so to the company.
All right.
All right?
I feel like Bennett.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, let's
Because you've made history. And I'm telling you why. As you look around the world today, democracy is facing a challenge. And as you know, it's evident. Every day when there are elections and when people lose, they say it wasn't fair or it wasn't right. And they want a rerun and stuff. Today or tonight, we witness what should be an example to the rest of the world, how you conduct elections, so that when you're finished, everybody will feel good about what happens, right? Amen. I want to say to you, Sharon, Diane, that we want you to continue to do what you have been doing before, because we need you. Okay? Right? And we love you. Let's have a round of applause. Tonight was the first time that I really met Diane. Okay. And I was very, very impressed with her. And she has a lot to contribute. And the fact that she's going to be a part of the team makes me happy. Okay? Sharon, congratulations. I stand before. But you've worked hard. You've worked hard. Okay? And the people have spoken. Right? And may you continue to do what you've been doing. Because all of you, and Mr. President, you must feel good. Are the best. You put the Jamaica Association at the stage that where you have to be now with talent. The world has changed. Okay? The world has changed big time. Okay? It's not the kind of association, little thing that go on stuff. You have to have people in the fold who are competent and who are moving with the new technologies. Okay? Moving, because the world has changed, and organizations, we have had those before us who have done an excellent job, right? But what I like that is happening now, you have a set of young people with talent who is taking us, right, further. And I want to compliment the board and all of you. Okay? But I said board, it composed of men and women. Molly, you have done an excellent job, and we want to thank you for that. Okay? And Noble would have appreciated the work that you have done. And I tell you, it's very important because your husband worked with the Jamaica Association for many years and put us on the map in Montreal, right? And years passed, but you know what's good? You are here with us, moving forward and helping. You know what I mean? So that is very, very important. On behalf of all the people here, we want to thank you very much for what you have done, right? And I want to speak to everybody who is elected on the board of directors here tonight.
Next time I'm me.
Right? I know what it is in elections to lose. Okay? Before I got elected in Dollars no more, I lost twice as a city councillor. And I remember when I was going to run the third time, there were a lot of people who said to me, well, you lose 2 times, that means you can't win. So I said, no, I'm committed to making a contribution to my city. And them can't burn me out. Right? So, when you lose, and I've seen this happen in a lot of associations, people who run for office sometimes, and if they don't win, they stop and they don't participate anymore. Okay? But you know what it does? It tells a story that you are not really committed. In the first instance. Right? And I'm saying this in advance, to work for the organization. You must believe in the organization, because sometimes one of us is going to lose in a competition. But that is democracy. Okay? And the reason why I'm speaking like this tonight, the world is changing. And democracy is frail these days. You can see it over the world. Right? But you have strengthened my feeling tonight in what you have done as a small association. And I hope that this is recorded. Okay? Because the world, and particularly our neighbors across the border, needs to see democracy at its best. Okay? And its finest. And I want to thank all of you. We've got a talented board of directors for the Jamaica Association. Congratulate you. And the board is as strong as its leader. Mark, I want to congratulate you for what you have done. You have put a team together, right? And if you're on the stock market, I'd buy some. I'm serious. Right? Because that's what they do on the stock market, right? You put a team together and they know what stocks to pick and to do. And you put your team together, and congratulations. And to the membership of the Jamaica Association, I want to tell you that you've got good people who are leading this association. And I'm asking you, and I'm begging you to support them. Please, take care. And all the ladies that are supporting you, and all the men, I'm bigging up everybody. Thank you very much.
So you guys want to take photos? The night is now adjourned. We thank you very much for coming out. If you want to take photos, let's get some group photo, okay? Kris,